Yeah, remember it was like 0.1.
Oh yeah, so that'll be good to do. We could probably
Like
do
a
a full
revisiting.
or a rundown for
Yeah,
it.
run
Because we
down
could,
and then in a
and
year
then
we'll do a
revisiting
revisit.
later. Yeah.
You can't spell cum like that. Dang
Oh,
it,
sorry.
Jonathan.
Sorry, I forgot. I'll fix it. There. Okay, that's better. I fixed it. Okay. Well, let's do it to it.
Let's
Wait,
do
do
it,
we have a
do it.
summer game fest or any clip like something for like
Oh
that?
yeah, I was gonna look. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Summer. We have no Steam Fest, Next Fest. I swear we had something. Maybe we don't. Oh, we have like a Nintendo one. Hold on, let me just check one more time. Dear Game Diff, GTS, Laid Off, Durst of Destiny, Prediction Time, Love It or Leave It, Sex Clip, Hook.
Prediction Time is so funny.
Yes, it is. Reindeer Games, Gaming Resolutions, Next Fest Beat. It's just the beats, this one.
Mm-mm.
That was just a kill review. I don't think we have Rundown.
Well, you've got one. You should make one tomorrow because we do this every year.
I know. Why don't we have this
with like a Beach Boys theme? That's what I'm thinking.
Summertime.
Oh, or yeah, we could do.
Oh, let's see. That's weird. That's
Sublime.
weird. I don't have one. Let me use Sublime, in old school Sublime. Let me just check one more thing. Episode files. Okay. Superstitious. Got so many things in here. GameDar, Gaming Resolutions. Get your cookie on. Song? What is that one? Man, there's so much stuff. Okay, yeah, I don't have it. So we need to get one. We need to make one. Okay.
Yeah, make a Beach Boy one.
Beach Boy.
Yeah, because it's summer.
Okay.
Or Jimmy Buffett, you know.
Or Jimmy Buffett.
Dude, now I see those shirts everywhere. My brother had one or something in the back of it said like something. I broke my flip-flop strap, or I blew out my flip-flop. Something like that.
No. Dude, I'm getting that shirt this month.
Tacky Vacation shirts are my new passion. That's I collect those. I'm a collector.
Dude, you should. Every time you go somewhere, just hang them on your wall. Don't even wear them. Just like
the tackiest ones you guys can get me. I want them all. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm starting. Let me scroll. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so have you ever killed anything?
I don't know, probably.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks anyway.
Wait, why?
I have no reason, really.
Okay, now you have to tell me.
Okay. I killed a chicken today.
You killed a chicken? Why?
Mercy?
Okay. Well, wait, why were you asking me if I ever killed anything?
Well, I was just wondering if you felt like nothing.
Like you didn't feel anything when you killed it?
Well, I guess I felt one thing. I was kind of afraid.
Afraid of the killing?
Afraid I was gonna like it.
Yeah, let's never talk about this again. You just killed into the 3-Bit Gamer Show. Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
And this is Peterson.
And cover your necks up, folks, because there's a
I'm coming for you.
Peterson's going to chop your...
baby. Let's do this.
He's going to cut your fucking head off.
I did have to help my neighbor today mercy kill one of her very...
Peterson does not live in like on a homestead. He says he got to help his neighbor kill a chicken. That's like a suburban neighbor.
Okay, but like that is
Like
true.
knock knock.
It is. It's like
Let's
neighborhood.
talk about our shared fence, and will you come kill my chicken?
Yeah, it's a neighborhood that's like bordering, like our area borders some rural stuff, you know. But my neighbor has lots of animals. She has a pig named Wilbur, a goat named Charlotte, who I do. Charlotte does talk to me sometimes. She's like hops on the fence, and I talk to her. Then she got a dog and like a bunch of chickens and a
One
lizard.
fewer today.
And one fewer
Peterson went
chicken.
over there. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I didn't use a chainsaw, but next
Murder on the
time
mind.
though, okay. No, cleaning the chain would be hard. But
The idea of a chainsaw just whipping a chicken head up out into space.
if they all get sick, we'll go back, line them up. Let's do the.
Jesus Christ.
It's a messy way to live, but we got to do it.
A messy way to live. Are you kidding? Peterson puts on goggles and just gets after it. People that actually raise chickens are like just turning the episode off like monsters. Evil monsters.
This is not how you do it, Peterson.
It's way
not where you're from. We hang them up by their feet, all of them at once. It's like a line.
We hope they're all the same height.
It's all right. It's a chainsaw. It cuts through like everything.
Jesus Christ. Live from the 3-Bit Gamer Show. The news. All right, our news this week is brought to us by Crave Cookies.
Crave!
Yum. I can't stop doing
can't.
that one.
That's not, you can't do that. That's copyright. Red Robin's been coming for us for like 2 weeks now since you
They're
started
looking
that.
for an excuse. That's all they need. Is an excuse. Crave Cookie sponsors our news segment. They make a bunch of cookies and sodas. That's the thing they do.
This is our worst Crave Cookies ad so far. Crave Cookies is like a something about
Like
cookies.
what you call like a shop
Store.
Yeah.
Which one? What's the difference between a store and a shop?
Give them
Let's
money.
think about that.
They give you cookies or soda.
There is not a bartering system.
No, it's just money. Just money that you can't pay in chickens. Every week we have a new menu at Crave, and it comes out on Friday, and we tell you early what it is because we love you. Here's what's coming out this Friday at Crave Cookies. We've got the Reese's is still. I can't
stop saying that.
Dude, I'm genuinely trying to say it right. Is it Recess?
Reese's.
That's exactly what I fucking said.
You said Reese's.
Reese's. So it's like Jesus.
There you go.
Reese's.
Yeah.
Can I say Reese's?
That's what you are saying. You're saying Reese's. Like the monkey. It's not a monkey. Rhesus monkey, and then Reese's Pieces. It rhymes with pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
Wait, don't say pieces. Nobody's ever said that.
This is my hardest thing. I can't get it. I genuinely can't get it. Well,
fine,
that's
I'll
the one
say
we
it.
have.
The
what
Reese's.
is it?
I don't know what the rest of it is called.
Look, I said it right. The
Reese's, and I
Reese's
lose it.
Cookie is our monthly. We also have the cookie butter cheesecake. That's our cold cookie. The Samoa, which is like the ultra version of a Girl Scout Samoa cookie. Death by Red Velvet, and the strawberry Pop-Tart. Also, if you're onto that dot cake trend, if you're into that shit, a bunch of our stores have the dot cake for whatever reason. Yeah, what we do is we take like a yellow cake, we put it in a cup, and then we put one of our sugar cookies on top of it. We spread a bunch of buttercream on there, and then we dunk the whole thing in nonpareils, those little dots, and then you eat it. I don't know why that's a trend.
Why is that a trend right now? I don't know. I've seen it, and I don't get it.
I think people are getting dumber to the point that like flashing colors or bright colors is like enough to sell something for them.
They're like, look at this trendy dot cupcake. You like the trendy dot cake, and you're like, that's a cupcake.
Yeah.
You just made a cupcake in like a little harder thing to eat.
But you put it in you made more waste than
you have to eat it with a spoon now.
But yeah, you
instead
can
of, like,
get
cupcakes
that
unwrapped in a spoon.
stupid trend at Crave, and
You can do it.
we also have a new crookie, the strawberry cheesecake crookie.
Oh, doing new stuff with crookies.
Okay. Messing with cookies. So get on down to Crave Cookies and get your cookies, cakes, and cookies on.
Okay.
Valve is really starting to disappoint us now.
Well,
it's hard to say. But it's also their time.
Didn't we say this though? Didn't we say this like 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
We
That
were
it's
like,
gonna
if we
come
say too many good things about them,
every single time it happens. And
this was not as bad. It's not like, oh, look at them, just like all these sexual harassment allegations. It's not that.
Yeah. Wow, the bar is so low. Valve is having this article puts it, an antitrust moment. Basically, they've been dealing with a class action lawsuit for the last couple of years that was filed by a group of independent game developers that were saying Steam is has an anti-competitive monopoly. The guys involved in this, the dude behind Humble Bundle, and a bunch of other developers have joined in. Obviously, they are not happy about the 30% commission. That's a big part of this. And the other big part of it, which one of the lines from this article that I really appreciated, because you talk about that 30% cut that Valve takes off the top of every single purchase on Steam.
Yeah.
And one of these developers said 30% could mean 100% of our profits. And I was like, that's actually really interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
That actually could cripple some developers that are like, that's not just like a little extra that they're taking off. It's like all of their profits that they're taking off. And the other thing is alleging that it's not economically viable or economically feasible to leave the Steam platform. So what it kind of centers around, the whole lawsuit, is this claim that Valve has been punishing game developers and publishers who offer their games at a discount on competing platforms. And this one's pretty gnarly. So it's like, yeah, if you try to put your game on sale, so Epic Games comes to users like, hey, we're doing a sale with this kind of genre that your game fits in, and you get in on that sale, Steam will email you and be like, we're going to delist your game, which seems bad.
Yeah.
And Gabe Newell has been playing dumb about this in a deposition, which basically like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's not our policy. I don't know what you're talking about. They're like, well, here's some emails that say this is actually your policy. And he's like, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Just doing I don't know, just like the crazy rich person thing that they do in legal depositions, knowing that there's nothing. They put evidence like in front of him, and he's like, that never happened.
Never seen that before.
Yeah.
And you're like, you signed this 2 weeks ago. And like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. That's not me.
I don't remember. I don't know. And so one of these people that was suing said that when he asked Valve about selling his game on Humble Bundle, which, if you guys aren't aware, allows people to pay whatever they want, but it's also kind of like this promotional thing that people use to get their game in front of more people. And when he asked about listing his game on the Humble Bundle, they said that they'd remove it from Steam. They're like, we'll just take it off Steam. So Valve has been claiming that this is good for consumers, because it'll ensure that the price will remain the same across all platforms, not just Steam. So they're like, we're doing price controls, which I feel like even on its face, even if you explain this to a third grader, would be like, wait a sec. That is an insane statement to make as an admission. This would be like if Walmart was like, we set these prices really low, because then literally everyone else would have to set their prices there.
Everyone has to, yeah.
Whereas it's like, well, okay, wait, aren't you just admitting to an anti-competitive monopoly then? I'm so blown away, because it's like they're saying like, well, everyone else should be able to price it this way. It's like everyone else isn't Steam. Everyone else doesn't have the platform and reach you have. You're not on equal footing. You account for like 90% of all PC game sales. So, and then the other one.
Well, and isn't that like backwards price control?
Yes.
Isn't price control like, the different stores can't be too crazy with like their prices, so then it's not like, I can't remember how it works, but that seems like backwards price control, where he's like, if you are not in our pricing system, then you're out. I don't know. I don't get it.
It's just like, so you've got a soda company that sells their sodas to Walmart at a much cheaper price because Walmart has a billion stores across the world. And so they're going to buy a lot more volume. But then the Walmart goes to the soda companies like, you have to sell that at the same price to everyone. And if you offer that at a discount at a grocery store, we'll stop selling it. And it's like, well, it's not the same price for us to sell to these grocery stores. They don't buy as much volume as you. So it doesn't make sense. They're like, well, then it's gone.
Then I guess you're done.
I guess you don't sell soda in Walmart anymore. And they're like, this is good for you guys. This is good.
Trust
for everyone.
me. This is good
This
for
isn't
everybody.
just good for Walmart. This is good for everyone. So Valve employee, one of these Valve employees that was listed in the lawsuit was threatening to delist and this is another thing that keeps coming up. We've talked about how Valve doesn't have like a formal corporate structure. Everyone just like kind of floats around. So they say, oh, there's no bureaucracy. But what this seems to have led to is just complete lack of accountability. Because there's no bosses. There's no one to say like, oh, that was the guy that made the decision. Everyone's just kind of like operating independently and just doing whatever they fucking want. And so when you're like, oh, well, this is your policy. They're like, we don't have a policy. There's no policy. There's no bureaucracy. We just kind of make it up as we go. So this is like a corporate lawyer's nightmare to try to tackle this. But at the same time, if you can prove that they were doing this systematically, it doesn't matter if you have a written policy. So really clever, but also not that clever. Because these lawyers make $1,500 an hour, they'll figure it out. The one of these employees, just working, I guess, independently, threatened to delist all editions of Ubisoft's Rainbow Six Siege within 24 hours because Ubisoft was marketing a separate $15 starter pack on Uplay. And so they're like, we'll pull it off entirely.
Oh, really? Then it doesn't need to be on our platform.
Exactly. It's like those are the things that a bureaucracy kind of helps to have in a company because you run those things by, I don't know, a fucking lawyer who tells you, oh, don't say that.
Hey, that's not a great idea.
Ooh, I don't know if we want to say that because that opens us up to a lawsuit. Instead, you've just got like Bill down the hall that's just like, oh, I'm the lord of this office, just like everyone else is the lord of the office, and they just have free reign to do
that is the title I gave myself.
Yeah, everyone is Lord
of the Office.
Lord of the Office. And so here's another great example of this being used as a tool. So Cassidy Gerber, who's like, I think that's just like a business analyst, just like whatever title they give themselves. It's like corporate at Crave, but we're not a $750 billion company. Like the fuck? So Cassidy Gerber is this woman. She writes to WB that they delisted pre-orders. So she's like, hey, WB Games, we took all your pre-orders for Shadow of Mordor down because for some reason you were selling it for more on Steam than other platforms. So WB bends over backwards, fixes it immediately. And so they bring this event in particular, to Cassidy Gerber when she's deposed in this lawsuit. She says, I don't want to know what you really mean. This is a verbatim quote. I don't really know what you mean by policy. In general, I don't really feel like we have a lot of policies. That sounds kind of bureaucratic to me. Okay, so smart ass. Nice. So funny. Yeah, we're going for laughs in a deposition. Good one. But this quirky, condescending thing gets immediately met by the deposing lawyer, who responds with an email that she sent a developer that says verbatim, Steam's policy has always been to require material parity for things we sell on the Steam store. She literally says Steam's policy. And then they ask her, they're like, what do you think about this fucking email you sent that says there's a policy and it's always been your policy? She says, oh, I don't remember saying that.
Nice. She's going to make it far.
Right. So I guess what they did is the lawyer sent an email around to everyone at Steam, their in-house attorney, that's like, hey, so everyone's going to get deposed for you guys just kind of each individually acting as mouthpieces for the company, doing whatever the fuck you want. So you're going to get deposed and just say you don't remember and just kind of like make stuff up and lie and be a smart ass and we'll be fine. And because that's like basically what this has happened. So they're just dragging their feet on this lawsuit. There's where it stands now is they stand to pay upwards of, I think it's $1 billion to UK developers as a part of that finding. But there's also other, this is a huge class action lawsuit. It could fundamentally change certain rules with Steam. I don't know, because it doesn't seem like any of them are playing the political games. It's not like Gabe Newell's out there working Donald Trump so he can just do whatever the fuck he wants. So this may actually like have there may be some results or some changes that come from this lawsuit, because it
Interesting.
doesn't seem like they have a really good strategy. It seems like they're just
Yeah.
it's like the bills come due on Gabe Newell's kind of like half-assed approach to building his company, which I know, we've talked about the benefits, and certainly there are.
Like there's some things are good there, right? Like, but also that okay. So what we're talking about here feels like corporate bullying.
Yeah.
Like, because they're just, because they have the power to just control so much of what's happening. Because, yeah, it's true. Steam is the juggernaut, right? You want to buy a game online for your PC, you're going to go to Steam first. Like, everybody goes to Steam first, right? And they know that. They're the juggernaut. And honestly, I don't hate them for it. I'm not like, friggin' Steam. You know what I mean? Like, we say a lot of good things about them. But this is the type of thing where the optics of it doesn't matter what their intentions are. The optics of it is that they're bullying game studios who have no power in this. They have to be listed on Steam. That's it. They have to.
Yeah, and that's the shitty thing, is the developers, like you're pointing out, are the ones that are eating shit on this. Yes, they're competing with, whatever. I guess EGS is the only real competition out there, because as the article mentions, no one's been able to figure this out. EA tried one, Ubisoft tried one, Activision Blizzard half-assed still kind of has one. Battle.net is like, okay, it's not really a store.
It's just like their stuff, you know what I mean? It's not like everything. It's just them. Like Xbox has one.
So right? It's like, do you really have to go that hard? I guess like you're that threatened by Humble Bundle and
no, you do not.
EGS, that you have to, in order to try to, like, basically you're like burning down these developers' houses so that EGS kind of gets burned a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's the shitty thing, is these are the developers that are already struggling. They're already taking 30% off of them. And then you're coming to them and telling them they can't take any opportunities elsewhere, or they risk getting delisted on your platform. That's just straight up shitty.
Yeah.
Like, there's no remotely positive read on that for Steam. And it does sound like it's just like because of the result of, I don't know if it's arrogance is the right word, but the autonomy that their employees have to just do and say whatever they want to game developers, publishers, big publishing houses like WB Games. You can just be like, I'm going to pull all your games down. Just like one lady making this decision.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy. So interesting to see. This was a huge report in Bloomberg. So I would imagine this is the tip of the iceberg. And we'll see more.
Hopefully not. Hopefully this is just it. But yeah. I hope it just settles and they change their ways and get back to
just do this. Stop doing this one thing. We'll be okay.
And honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Do they think they're losing? Do they think they're losing tons of business because of this? Because they're not. I assure you.
Yeah, Humble Bundle's really eating at Steam's gigantic market cap.
No, I'm not like, hey, this game came out, I'm gonna wait for it to come out on Humble Bundle in 9 years.
I'm not gonna. And even if it was like, that's a rare bird that's like doing that. Yeah. That's their purchasing style. That's not enough to base decisions on it. It's certainly not enough to have a policy of this stuff. So
all right, Gabe, pay attention for a minute and fix it.
The nerds have taken over. Over 60% of Americans play at least an hour of video games a week.
All right. Hey, we're doing better, guys. An hour a week.
We're
Let's
down.
See if we can bump that up a little bit. GTA 6 will get that bumped up for sure.
By itself. This is a new report from the ESA called The Essential Facts About the U.S. Video Game Industry. This is an annual report I think we've reported on before. And it found that 212 million people in the U.S. between the ages of 5 and 90 play video games every week.
5 and 90?
And that's up 3%, which you're like, oh, up 3%. That's a good number. No, 3% is 7.2 million people. That is 7.2 million people this year that classify themselves as people who play video games at least an hour a week. That didn't do it last year. And the average player age has risen to 37. I don't know what it rose from. This didn't actually say, but
36. From last year, rose up to
less than 37. That's what it came from.
The same people. I'm just a year older.
I just think that's an insane saturation. 63. That I just think, yeah, I just think that's wild. So a couple other stats here. 63% of players surveyed said the video games deliver the most entertainment value for their money compared to video streaming services for music, TV, and movies, as well as books, magazines, and news articles.
Oh, I would absolutely agree. How many games have we bought for $20 or less and played
for 100 hours?
Yeah, like, dude, free to play games that I don't ever put money into, and I played for hundreds of hours.
And outside of Game Pass, which is, I think, kind of an oddity, most of these are one-time purchases that you own them. And that's what really, I think, distinguishes them from at least some of the things they listed here, like streaming platforms that are in a monthly or annual charge. Books, magazines, and news articles, I think, would be more akin, but you're not going to reread a book 100 times, which is what you essentially do with a video game. So I thought that was cool.
Brandon Sanderson, then you probably will.
Yeah, then you do. If you have that much time. So the breakdown on men versus women: 53% of men, 46% of women actively play video games, and then 52% of boomer women play games compared to 47% of men. So that's kind of interesting. That the boomers are more, and I think that is
The
because
boomer women.
We'll get into this, but there's a lot of this, because I don't think a lot of this distinguished, or if any of this really distinguished between mobile gaming and console or PC gaming.
No, it has to be phones and stuff like that.
So it's like, that's one thing to remember, is how many people are playing games on phones. So more than 80%. So the generational breakdown here, over 80% of Generation Alpha, which is kids 5 to 13, Gen Z, play video games. So 80% of the younger generations play, which I think that number makes sense to me.
Yeah.
71% of millennials, 50% of Gen X, 50% of boomers, and 32% silent generation. 32%.
Age 81 to 90.
Isn't that wild?
That's like great grandma.
A third of your grandparents are playing games on their phone or whatever the fuck. That's so cool. That they're reaching all these different generations. 75% of American parents, this one's really interesting. 3 in 4 American parents actively play video games each week, with 81% saying they also game with their children.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, because we're looking at 80% between Gen Alpha and Gen Z. So that's 80% of kids. All kids are playing games, and of their parents, 75%, or not of their parents, of all parents, 75%. So it's like only 5% of parents whose kids play games don't also play games themselves.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's crazy, right?
And then finally, 49% of parents whose children play video games believe playing games teaches important skills to their children, like problem solving and creative thinking. I think that's hilarious. So we're looking at these percentages of parents, right? And we've got 80% of their kids are playing games, and 75% of the parents are playing games, but only 49% of the parents think that's like good for their kids. So what you have is basically like 25% of parents who play games, whose kids also play games, think that games are bad for kids.
Well, I can tell you why, because the people who, I was thinking about this, because the people who are like, yeah, games are not good for my kids, we're still playing because they're still fun, are people who are playing stuff with their kids like Fortnite, which I mean, if you've played a lot of Fortnite, it kind of like plateaus at the problem solving. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of like, okay, this is what we do now. But like, there are games where I feel like there is a little bit of that, like, you have to think and you have to problem solve. And like, one thing I have learned, especially talking to people who don't game and haven't gamed, is I have a completely different vocabulary that I use, like sets of words that I will say that other people are like, I've never heard that word in my life. And I'm like, what do you mean? This is a normal word. I hear it all the time. I've said it many times. And it's a word you pick up from video games, or from like fantasy books, or from video games, or from like gaming in general, and like doing things like that. So you do pick up more. And I tell my kids that, I'm like, you need to play things like Skyrim, just because like you will pick up on stuff and learn some things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna learn some stuff, even though it's not like, I do think games like Fortnite and Minecraft can be good, but also can be a little bit brain rotty for these kids
Yeah.
as well.
Well, and I love that the parents acknowledge that.
Yeah,
They're like, yeah, no, this is trash but yeah,
it's
so
not great.
like,
It's not great.
and then the last thing here is something we already kind of alluded to, but 80% of everyone that was surveyed play on a mobile device. So that's it. That's the trick right there.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone's got a device in their hands, right? Whereas, like, if our generation, when we were kids, if we had mobile phones, the numbers would probably be very similar.
Well, yeah, we all played on Game Boys.
But yeah,
so.
we all played video games, but it was so much less frequently because it was like I got to go to Mike's
Game
house.
Boy
You know what I mean? Or like,
dead.
yeah, batteries are dead. We're all out of batteries at our house.
We had to go buy batteries.
Yeah,
The Game Boy had its own subscription service to Duracell.
Honestly, probably would have killed it. A battery subscription service back then probably would have done great.
Sending them through the mail because they know you're playing. Biggest untapped market for gamers isn't in China or Africa or the Middle East. It's in the retirement home. Oh boy. I love this. This is two different things. This is an article that was in GameIndustry.biz. And I don't think it didn't even mention this ESA report that we just reported on. So this just happened to like,
yeah, there's like simultaneous things.
Simultaneously. And this is, I like this story. I'd like keeping an eye out for this one because basically this article contends that most major industrialized nations have an aging problem with a rising average age, which we know that's happening. And
we don't call them boomers for nothing.
Yeah.
Baby boomers was
too many of them. Too fucking many of them.
Made 1 billion kids. Post-war, they were just like, finally, everything's settled down. We are going to bang.
We're going to make babies
kids out. Yeah.
Because we can afford them. So this article contends that aging populations are being ignored in the game industry. And there is just like a huge blue ocean if you start targeting these people. So this is a quote from game industry analyst Joost van Drunen, and he had a lot of good quotes, so I'm going to actually quote him a couple times here, but here's the first thing he said that stood out. Developers have been ignoring older gamers for the same reason it took them decades to discover women. The industry has spent 40 years chasing the same narrowly defined audience because it was the safest bet until everyone was chasing it. Imagine if Hollywood only made movies for 18-year-old men. That's roughly the bet that games have been making. Yeah, they're just making movies for Michael Bay movies, basically. And it's like, what if the only guy making movies in Hollywood is Michael fucking Bay right now? And you'd be like, yeah, movies are okay. Oh, I like movies.
Yeah,
it's like they're kind of all the same fucking thing.
No, you'd have me saying what the boomers have always said, like, "Oh, it was a waste of time."
Yeah,
look at this,
too many explosions.
Yeah. Why is it so loud?
Why is it so loud? The kids these days. And so this guy goes on to say the opportunity is substantial. The 40+ segment in the US is on track to grow from $19 billion in 2022 to $43 billion by 2030, which is a 132% expansion at a moment when the rest of the industry is shrinking. And the final quote from then I'll read that I really liked said, an entire generation has now grown up playing video games and is aging into a life stage where they have time, money, and the desire to keep playing. This is why I love this, because instead of having to target an entire different country or region of the world to try to just like force games into it, you've got people that are primed and ready and they're right here at home, and you just need to make games that they'll actually want to play. So that's another thing this article goes on to talk about, is that the industry knows so little about this segment of gamers. They don't even know where to start making games and marketing to them. They're like, old people, what? But I mean, yeah, the games have been around in the mainstream for 40 years at this point. More than 40 years. And there are people who, like, yeah, I'm sure people played Pong in their 20s and picked up Tetris in their late 20s or 30s, and it would not be opposed to playing games. But there's so many people that I think they think of games, especially older people, they think Call of Duty, they think Skyrim, they think big games, Fortnite, whatever, flashing colors and guns.
Yeah.
Games that they not only aren't interested in, but could not play
online and And you're like, that's not.
And I need to go buy a PlayStation 5? What is that? What is that? I know that there's things that are, I mean, even trying to explain, my brother recently got some game console for his kids, and he was looking into getting, because his son kind of was getting into games. He's like, dude, because he doesn't play games. He's like, I don't even know where to start. Like he didn't know what he was looking for, and he's like 40. So the idea that people in their 50s or 60s are supposed to just kind of go out there and buy a PS5 and try to find indie games that might be, playable for them is unbelievable. But if you can market to them, if you can get the games to where they are, I mean, just a wide open market, billions of dollars sitting on the table right now.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I do think the demographic. So obviously, like you said, this is a group of people that have known video games. I would say like the boomer generation does have. There is a little bit of a stigma in general
Sure.
when it comes to gaming, but like I'm in my 40s now. I'm 43, and like
You're a boomer.
I'm gonna no. I'm gonna mute you. That's it. But no, it's like there is this aging population who grew up with video games, and it is totally acceptable. It's not something that our generation frowns upon at all. And there is, like they said, kind of that market is not being tapped because they are catering to that young. It's got to be fast. It's got to be flashy. It's got to be cartoony.
Twitch
It's got to
gaming
be
is what they called it.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because think about what the Wii did for gaming.
Mhm.
It had old people playing games because you know what they weren't doing? Sitting there with a controller in their hand, because that
Yep.
is what I feel like a lot of the stigma and let's be honest, like boomers really have a problem with biases and stigmas. Like that is a real issue. Like they have their mindset about something and cannot get off of it. And that is a problem that we have in our country, in my opinion. And that's not just boomers, that's just boomers now, because that's what the older generations do. Like they're kind of stuck. You kind of get stuck in your way of thinking. And so sitting there on the couch with a controller in your hand, if I'm going to say my dad, hey dad, you should start gaming now. Here's a PlayStation 5 and here's a controller. Like that's going to be something hard for him, right? Because that looks like the thing that he has been annoyed by forever. But a thing that looks different, like the Wii, and like all of a sudden you had parents playing and always playing with their kids and tennis and golf and swinging away and just having fun with it, because what people love is fun. People love fun, and they don't have biases against like swinging a little Joy-Con at the screen and swinging a tennis racket. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like there's no biases there. And so there is a market where it could be tapped. I think you have to be a little bit creative and clever. I think you need to step outside of what the mainstream is. Because, I mean, if you even look at us, like we have largely stopped playing online games, multiplayer games.
Mhm.
We're mostly just playing games where we can play with each other, play it away with our own speed, and like kind of do our own thing, because
Right.
we just kind of lost interest in that. And it's not as fun. Like you see these kids who are online 20 hours a week just getting so good at these games. It's not fun anymore for people who like us, who have jobs, who can't play all day every day. So I do think I love this. I think there is an untapped market. I think they will have to be a little creative with it and go outside of their comfort zone. But I do think there are and I say this to people all the time, I think there are video games for everyone. It's just you have to find it.
Yeah, and I think what's cool about this for me, and why I'm so excited about it, is I think this is like a rising tides thing, because I think this is going to benefit the game industry, as a whole. Because while I'm sure there were some benefits to the huge 2010s push into China, and we'll just kowtow and make all our games fit the Chinese marketplace, I don't think that games themselves got better. They got more censored, but there weren't like things that were different to appeal to Chinese gamers that improved the games themselves. Whereas I do think this stands to improve games as a whole, because you're going to have games that have a focus on on accessibility, because that's a huge thing. Because like you were talking about, the Wii is like, can everyone figure out a controller, or can they play WASD on a keyboard, or we're going to have to kind of figure out a more accessible way to make games, which is going to make games more enjoyable for everyone and more accessible to everyone. And the beauty of designing with accessibility first is that there are these extra effects that come out that you find out the little happy little accidents that you don't even know. My favorite one to talk about is the little press buttons that for opening a door for handicapped people. It's an accessibility thing. It's an accessible design. And guess what? When we had a global pandemic, those things came really in handy. And we're just like, oh, so designing for accessibility, for making things better for everyone, just happens to make things better for everyone in unexpected ways.
Right.
And this is exactly how I see this playing out. And I think they'll make games more user-friendly. You won't rely on whatever sometimes like really heavy tutorials for games if they're making them or maybe they will, whatever to onboard people who might not be as familiar with games, I think will benefit everyone. Because it'll make it so people can pick up games faster, which means they can enjoy games more. So, and finally, lower hardware requirements. Like they're not going to make, their Crysis 3 for the retirement community. They're going to make games that we can all play, and they're going to be better games. And so they're going to try to reach a wider audience. And I just think games in general are going to benefit if any developers figure this out. That there's this bank waiting to pay out a bunch of old folks that want to buy games. Very cool. Riblets. All right, Riblets are news stories without a lot of meat on the bone. We got
a ton of meat
here. Bang through. GTA 6 has created a launch window vortex a month wide. We talked about
this. Surprising no one, though. We knew this would happen.
No one wants to get anywhere near GTA 6. 30 days on either side. And you either go for February or September, it seems, because the GTA 6 is looking at November. And so a bunch of them are coming out in September. Marvel's Wolverine, Control Resonant, Silent Hill, Townfall, Dune Awakening for the PS5. We're going to have a glut of games in September and then an absolute desert for the next month and a half.
Nothing. Just sitting there.
Just going to be bad. So that's pretty funny. The PlayStation,
my new and upcoming on Steam, it's like new and upcoming is just going to be GTA 6 and nothing else.
But yeah, Steam just rolled out that new personal calendar thing or whatever, where it's like, here's the games you have on your wish list when they're coming out, and everyone's is just going to be blank. No matter how many games you have on your wish list, they ain't coming out in October 2026.
A few games, it's like doesn't matter what you've wish listed. Okay,
it's October, bitch. It's October.
Forget about it.
PlayStation Showcase's Twitch chat was spammed by Destiny 3 fans demanding that they release or work on Destiny 3. Remember that Bungie said they were done working on Destiny, weren't going to ever make another one. And so this is how these gamers took out their frustration. That's a bummer. During your showcase, that your Twitch chat, not that it matters, who cares? Twitch chat means nothing. But I'm sure that was obnoxious. Avatar: The Last Airbender's AAA RPG that was announced 2 years ago is officially dead. Sucks for anyone that's an Avatar fan who's been waiting for an actual good Avatar game. Never gotten one in the last 20 years.
Make it happen.
The show came out. Saber Interactive said that it was set to release to next year or 2028, and it was going to feature, for Avatar fans out there, it was going to feature an avatar from thousands of years before in either of the series, which would have been cool, like a past Avatar. Because if you guys aren't familiar, the Avatar is this character, whatever, that when one dies, the next one absorbs all of his power, all of their power and their memories. And so this has been going on for thousands of years.
That's
and so,
Highlanders.
Well, there can only be one, and it's Avatar. And so you go back and play one of these older ones, which would be sweet. This was not surprisingly a Paramount Games decision. Paramount in general is just having a real normal one.
You say Paramount and I'm just like, okay, well,
beautiful.
I don't know what these guys are doing.
And then finally here, Gears of War E-Day is releasing October of this year. So I guess they are releasing in the October vortex. And it's an Xbox console exclusive. There are other Gears games that have been ported to the PlayStation. And that was kind of like Phil Spencer's thing, is we'll just put everything on everything. And I guess Asha Shawarma put her foot down and said, no, Gears of War is an Xbox game, which thank God. Like this one's an easy one for me.
But also rip Gears of War
But
because
and also like that's only 5 months away. You guys were like at that point, you've been developing this for the PS5 this whole time, and then you're like, quit. I mean, they can put more polish on the Xbox. They move all those developers and just focus on just the Xbox release, I guess.
but
I-
the thing is I almost feel like they should have been making a bigger deal about this because you have to sell Xboxes to no one has an Xbox anymore.
Well, and nobody that has a PlayStation was going to buy Gears of War anyway, so this is probably a pretty safe call. Is that Asha Shawarma's like, what are our sales projections for the PlayStation? They're like, oh, I don't know, maybe like a couple 30,000 units. She's like, this is Phil Spencer's plan to make Xbox profitable again. An extra 30,000 units on PlayStation.
We tried not to talk to Phil. I don't know if anyone told you that.
He's just been kind of doing his own thing for the last 5 or 6 years.
Rule number 1, we're not allowed to talk to Phil. Is that not still in effect?
Everyone treats him like a stinky fart around the office ever since the Activision Blizzard deal. Tries to talk to him and they're just like, and they just like slip away. They're like, ugh, this guy stinks. Stink of failure.
Out here.
Well, I didn't blow $70 billion, so at least I know I'm better than Phil Spencer.
Dude.
They got 100 game pass, got 200 day one. 20 million in the bag, watching sales start to slump. Talking shopper on the top of JD's jugular, it's Trump. He can make them economical as JD's sales report. It's reporting with variety, fucking the propriety. Suck it up and listen, gonna gain some notoriety. Gaming ain't free, not since they was late fees. Peter City must oblige, even if he disagree.
JD's sales report.
Look, Alan got 2 things here, but one of them came from the man that's featured on our bumper.
Yeah,
here,
we had to play that
to do it. New Zealand's game developers broke $1 billion in annual revenue. And you know what? I read, and I might be wrong, but the game industry is a $40 billion a year industry. Is that right?
I thought it was more, but who knows? I thought it was more than that.
Anyway, so they were projecting that they were going to reach this target in 2 years. They hit it 2 years early. Oh, never mind. 600 billion. Which still one out of 600 for little old New Zealand's pretty impressive. And still growing rapidly. This isn't just like they hit this 2 years in faster than they expected. They're growing rapidly. There's been subsidies in New Zealand that have been, helping a lot of game developers like push. But way to go, Kiwis! Keep it up.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. Like, if I I went to New Zealand and I didn't think like, oh, this seems like a great hub for gaming and stuff. But they've been making that push and they've been pretty successful. Like, they've been doing a pretty good job.
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
And the only other thing here is 007 First Light has already sold 3 million copies. We reported last week that they cracked 1.5 million in 24 hours. Now a week later, they have sold 3 million copies. So now I think they're in the kind of slow and steady, but the word of mouth on this one's huge. It was supposed to be a total banger. Like, they knocked it out of the park. So I think 3 million for a really solid first player game that does have an IP attached to it, but no prior entries in the series.
Oh, and
this is not too bad.
This is an online multiplayer game, right?
I don't think.
Nope.
So. Is it?
No, it's not. None of the big games they are anymore.
And this is a full
saying this for years, Jonathan. Like, stop making multiplayer games. Like, you're not going to make your money. And they're like, I don't know. I think we got to throw all of our money at that. And all the games that are selling 3 million, all the games we reported selling millions of copies, single player games. Like,
and the other thing,
crazy.
to remember here on this one is we talk about 3 million. I think because we do report on a lot of indie games and smaller games that you're like, oh, 3 million is not that big. Like, Stardew Valley is doing like 15 or whatever. But 3 million, remember, this is a full price title. So that is $210 million in sales on this one in like
in a couple weeks. Yeah.
So we're looking at like $250 million in under a month. Much more than that, I would guess. That's a pretty good ROI, like you said, on a game that doesn't have online multiplayer, loot boxes, or microtransactions. Throw us some DLC. That's all right. We'll take DLC. Kick you $5 for it.
Single player games, these single player games like this, like Resident Evil, that are just making waves, that are making a bunch of money, are what is going to turn the industry around.
Yep.
Because multiplayer, while sometimes it was great and sometimes had a lot of fun, became inadvertently the bane of the industry, because then everyone's chasing that like constant flow of money that isn't necessarily there. There isn't an endless stream of money. If someone already has it, they already have it. It's not like all the Fortnite players who are buying all their Fortnite stuff are also buying all their everything in Call of Duty and buying everything in FIFA and buying everything in, you know what I mean? They're just, most people are not spending it in all the games. So I do think single player games that are just making a bunch of money are what's going to bring the industry back to what it's supposed to be.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Kudos.
No, kudos.
Kudos. Kudos.
All right, kudos, our positivity segment, giving shout outs to things that we like, love, and care about.
Okay. I don't think you have one this
I don't have
week,
any kudos. Nothing good happened this week.
It was a week. It was a week for you. So
garbage trash week.
So I had something good this last week, and I started a couple weeks ago, and I waited, and I was like, okay, I'm going to give it kudos. So I listened to me and Stacy, we shoot off which book we're going to listen to. We got a little book club, and I chose Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Oh,
okay. So this game, this is a book that I have seen so many times. I follow all these like Instagram accounts that talk about like fantasy books, just so I can have ideas of what should I listen to next. And they're always like, what's our top whatever? And they always, some people will mention Dungeon Crawler Carl. So I looked into it and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like that, right? Because it seems a little silly, a little hokey. And it is. It definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
Finished book 1, and I'm halfway through book 2 already. So let me tell you what Dungeon Crawler Carl is. Because you can see it, if you look it up, you can see it and be like, that looks so dumb. Looks like Doom guy in his underwear, punching stuff. And
yeah, because I saw it at the airport the last time I went, and that was kind of, I was like, I read the flapjack, and I was like, oh.
Same. And so many people were like, you got to do it. And I'm like, fine, I'll do it. I saw it everywhere. So here's the premise of the book. I'm not giving anything away. The premise of the book is that Earth has been taken over, controlled by aliens, have reclaimed Earth for its minerals, and everything has been essentially flattened, and anyone who was inside or underneath anything is dead. They're all dead right away. But anyone who was outside is still alive. And the voice comes on the intercom, and they're like, okay, well, if we've reclaimed your planet. Everyone's like, they don't know what's going on, right? We've reclaimed your planet, and you can just stay here if you want and try to survive, or you can go into one of these dungeons that they'll pop up, and they'll be up for an hour, and you can go in and be part of the dungeon crawl. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, everyone's like, no one knows what's happening. So Carl is he's in his underwear outside. It's cold. He's got a jacket on, and he's trying to get his cat out of a tree. Well, his girlfriend's cat, whose name is Princess Donut. And Carl and Princess Donut, it's freezing, so they go into one of the dungeons. There's nowhere else to go. They go into one of the dungeons, and essentially they have entered themselves into a Running Man scenario. If you're not familiar with Running Man, think of it it's like Running Man meets Hunger Games, which is you are in a life and death scenario that trillions across the galaxy are watching.
Oh, okay.
It is a show.
Humans
called-
only, or the aliens too?
Well, every season of the Dungeon Crawl is a different planet. So different planets have done this, and it's Earth's turn now. And some of the humans are a normal species in this universe. Like there are tons of human planets. But what this is they go into this dungeon and they're literally in their life is now a video game. They are a video game essentially. Like they are looking like he's got a menu in his vision now. He's just like, oh, I can just click on a menu with my brain. And he's like in this dungeon and he's like running and fighting and killing stuff and getting XP. And he like goes into a safe room and he's like getting achievements and loot boxes. And he's like, what is going on? And then like, their guide kind of introduces him. Like, here's what's happening. You're on this show. And they like can't really talk about it because Abby said Ready Player One vibes. Don't.
I
Just
said
JD said
nothing.
the same
I
thing.
said fucking nothing. I just
JD's
sat here
like, it
and
gives
bit
Ready
my
Player
tongue
One.
off.
Okay, listen. There
Because
is.
you described
It's
Ready
not
Player
Ready
One.
Player. Ready Player One is people in a real world putting on a VR headset and going into a video game world. He is not in a. He is there.
You're just fucking splitting hairs here, dude. It's a guy playing
No.
a video game. It's a
No,
guy
'cause if he
jerking
gets-
off in a video game.
No, but he's really there. So like he dies. If he dies, he's dead. Like if he gets shot, he got shot for real. Like
Okay.
he wasn't like he's getting shot and then he's like.
So they
it's like
changed the rules of Ready
It's
Player
like
One.
the Matrix, where he's like, if you die in the Matrix, like, "Ugh," and you die in real life.
This is
The point of the book is Princess
fantastic.
Donut.
Thank you, Abby. Thanks for backing
No,
me up.
Abby. No, so Princess Donut, his cat, becomes a character. She starts off as a pet, and becomes like a character. She can talk. She was a show cat, and now she is like in his party instead of like a pet that he has.
Mhm.
She's in his party, and she's one of the favorite characters. Princess Donut is hilarious. The book is funny. It's not trying to be not funny. It's like very serious, but it's also funny at the same time. Like there are things about it that are just like I think it's hilarious. Like the AI of the dungeon has a foot fetish because Carl goes into the dungeon with no shoes on. He was just outside shoeless. Or no, he had Crocs on, but they fell off when he got to the first stage and was running. So he's just like barefoot. There's barefoot all the time. And he's like, I gotta get some shoes. Well, the AI likes to troll a little bit, and so now they have a little bit of a foot fetish. So he will never get shoes. He will never get shoes, and sometimes he like smashes stuff with his feet in the dungeon's like, and he's like, I hate this, right? And it's not supposed to be. He's supposed to be like he hates it so much. Anyway, guys, listen. Everyone here loves video games. I recommend this book highly. It is very video game coded. Like if you know video games, you won't even have a hard time with this book. You will know exactly what's happening, what's going on, like everything that it's all going to make sense. It's a lot of fun. It's interesting, it's fun, it's exciting. And like I don't know. I genuinely have been enjoying this a lot. Like blowing through this book faster than I've blown through books in the past. So I highly recommend Dungeon Crawler Carl. I will say the audiobook people love the audiobook. Because it is a full cast audiobook, so everybody's got their own voice. I will say for me, and Stacey said the same thing, we don't love the main narrator of Carl because it's Carl's point of view. Because he sounds like Patrick Warburton.
Mm.
So he sounds like Kronk. I can't even do the Kronk, but he
Yeah.
sounds like Kronk all the time. And you're
Yeah.
like, it does take some getting used to. And even then, every now and then I'm just like, I'm not used to this. I don't know about this. Everyone else, A+. That one is like a B- for me. It's not like killing it for me, but every now and then I'm just like, why? Just pick like a normal guy's voice. Why are we doing Kronk for this? But it's great, guys. It's so great. It is not like Ready Player One at all, which is because it's not like a montage to the 80s or video games. It's just like these aliens who like love watching people die, closer to Running Man. Okay? It's a Running Man situation.
Running Player One.
No, Jonathan. No, there is no Ready Player One. Stop, Abby. Ugh.
Death Race.
I'm gonna make you listen to it now. I'm gonna make
Oh,
you listen to it.
man. I already have. I already
You-
listened. I already read
Do you have an
Ready Player
Audible
One.
account?
No. I have an
Oh.
Audible account.
Just
I read
download
books
it.
with my eyes, not my ears.
Oh, don't
like
act
the way
all
God
hoity-toity. Ugh. Seriously, I wish I could. Oh, hold on.
It's
This
been
is
a good. It's been a good week. For
You know what? No, you
Peterson
won. You won,
friendship.
JD. You know why? You know what you won?
Mm.
tell you something, shitbird.
You win.
It's you this week.
Yeah, whatever makes you feel better, buddy.
It does make you feel better.
Match your Ready Player One game.
I hate you so much.
I hope you make that clip. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'm going
make
to
the
sound
clip.
real dumb.
Yeah, you are. I'm not going to. So you do sound dumb.
All right, Summer Game Fest, aka E3 Zombie. Zombie
E3,
3?
yeah,
Zombie
E-
3?
Reincarnation of E3.
Yeah. Happened last week. Tons of trailers, tons of game announcements, and we just want to go through some of them and kind of just talk about them because I saw a lot of exciting stuff. I think there are probably things both of us are excited about. The one caveat here is obviously we're not going to have everything.
Patrick says Summer Games Fest could have been an email.
Yeah,
Rude.
I mean, do we need a huge show for just because that was like the benefit of E3 is like there were playable games that you could sit down and play, whereas with Game Fest it's just like a dude standing on a stage while a bunch of trailers play.
Trailer with the
Yeah, so
occasional
we-
like short interview.
Yeah, so Patrick's not wrong. Why don't you share this up and I'll play these trailers as we
Here we
kind of go. You get it. You get me. Peterson gets me, you guys.
Mm.
I'm just gonna go down the list. These are the ones again I put on here because I am interested in them, but there were a bunch that we don't have on here.
There were so many, and so like JD created
tons.
this list, and I was like, should I go through and add a few that I want? And I was like, honestly, no, because this episode will be 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, so
You know
we'll
what I
go
mean?
through these. Any more that I missed, make sure to drop them in our Discord chat about them there. First one up here is Godzilla Destroy All Monsters.
This is a JD game
Melee.
if I ever saw one.
Yeah, this was an original 2002 game on the Xbox and GameCube where it's like a brawler between like Godzilla and other monsters from Godzilla's rogues gallery, I guess. I don't think you have to play as Godzilla. You can play as a bunch of other monsters.
No, it
versus
could
other
probably be
monsters.
like Mothra versus three-headed dragon thing.
Oh yeah, three-headed dragon thing. That's fine.
Did I just offend you?
No, it's fine. It's fine. So this one is out. This one's awesome because it's coming out November 3rd. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, the remaster, is going toe-to-toe with GTA 6.
This game, will not be a huge.
It's gonna be
success.
like
This. Okay, can I just say what this looks like to me? Because I mean, you can tell it looks like an older game.
yeah, because it is.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
Just
saying. Like
this will be like $15.
the trailer looks like the demo that you would play for 20 minutes and be like, that was kind of fun. Like I don't see anyone playing this for a long time, but it's fun.
This
But
is
it's
a
not gonna be like
nostalgia
a
play for
Big
sure.
hit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think anyone that played this on the GameCube is gonna love this.
This is a JD game.
This is a me game. Come on, like let's be honest. The next up here is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. Did you get deja vu off of this, or is this just me? I never forget anything.
Explain.
So
Because
this is
weren't
only...
they going to do this before?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is basically the plot here, and this is based on an existing comic book, is that all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles get murdered except for one, who's then left who is it?
Raphael,
and he's working doing their work, whatever, continuing it by himself. And it's just kind of a cool, crazy thing. So again, this was a teaser and they didn't even give a release date. So this puts us nowhere near, but I was like, wait a sec. What are you talking about? This is an announcement. This is an announcement. And then I looked. there was an announcement. They were working on a version of this in
Mhm.
2023 under THQ Nordic,
Yeah.
which was under Embracer at the time. And that one ended up being canceled. So this was, again, this was based on the comic book property, and it was going to happen years and years ago. And they canceled it. Now, again, they're bringing it back. They're going to try it. Then when I say they, it's a different studio, obviously, working on this.
And honestly, I think I'm more excited with this studio working
Yes.
on it
Yes.
because this studio does have a good pedigree,
Mhm.
right? And so, because what did it say at the beginning of this trailer? They've done like Nier Automata. What else did they do? I think it was earlier. Anyway, but they did Nier. They did but these guys do have like a good pedigree of games. They did what's the other Ninja one? Ninja Gaiden 4. So like they've got a good Bayonetta, right?
Yeah.
So those guys, this is a good studio with some good pedigree. But I will say, I wrote the same thing you did, but essentially we've been waiting for Last Ronin stuff for a while, right?
Yeah, that's why I
'Cause
went and looked at Splintered Fate. I was like, wait, was that what Splintered Fate was about? And I was like, no, that was a different game.
No. Yeah,
It was the craziest deja vu.
So they announced Last Ronin a while ago, and then he's like you said, like 2023 or something, but then canceled it. They talked about a Last Ronin movie. I don't know if you remember that.
Yep.
And then they canceled
Canceled
that.
it.
And I was like,
Yep.
why can't this is the best iteration of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, in my opinion.
Oh, it's
Like
such
the
a
Last
cool
Ronin
story,
is so
yeah.
cool because it's no longer like, look at us, we eat pizza and skateboard, dude. You know,
Yeah.
it's like everyone has been killed, and Raphael is like, he means business.
It wasn't
now.
Raphael the goofy one, or was he the leader?
No, he
one?
was the serious one.
Oh, okay.
But now
It makes
he's
sense
like,
that he survived.
yeah, he's like all pissed now, and he's like, it's all about like revenge, if I remember correctly. And
Yeah.
he's like, anyway, yeah, well, all that remains is vengeance. Yeah, this is the dark version of TMNT. It's like in the Marvel movies when what's his face, the bow and arrow guy, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
They finally
ironically
find him,
called Ronin.
and he's just
That was-
pissed off. Yeah, and he's just like going and killing people now, like killing bad guys like relentlessly, and like, you can't do this. And he's like, I don't know, why not? I don't care anymore. Right? It's that version of it. I'm so excited for this. Like, that was one of the top 3 that I'm excited for. We'll see if it gets made, but this is the top one.
Yeah,
This is
this one
the
I
top
was
one.
psyched about. This one, the extended trailer from Marvel Wolverine.
And I watched the whole trailer.
Oh my god, you can't not watch all. There's already been stuff that's come out about this game. This is no surprise. We were psyched about this. We know it's the same guys that made the Spider-Man games, and it's looking really good. But this one, I mean, this trailer, it was even the beginning of it starts on his it shows his super hairy arms, and he's in his classic black and yellow X-Men uniform, and you're like, okay, so these guys are this is a fan service play.
Yeah.
And it reminds me a lot of X-Men Wolverine Origins. I think the last true good Wolverine game. And and the best part is when you watch the trailer right away, so violent. In fact, I think
violent.
the second person he kills is a woman, and it's just like, oh my god, we're just going there.
He lifts her up with one claw, and the other claw stabs her up through the chin.
Just murders people. And so he is the true comic
Tarantino levels of blood coming out of these people.
Hyper violent version of Wolverine that I think has been neglected. You don't see it a lot in the shows, but you definitely see it a lot in the comic books. And so this game, it just looks sick. It looks like
this is the version of Wolverine that I think we love, because he is like a melee fighter with spikes on his hands, and like every version that we've seen in the movies besides Logan of Wolverine was like pretty tame, right? You know, he's like punching people and like
a nice
you're
guy.
like, oh,
Hugh
did he
Jackman,
actually
great
stab
smile.
that guy? And you're like, in this, and okay, this reminded me of like God of War, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed. Like, it had a whole bunch of these like elements of all these different games in it, but like the good elements of them. And he does seem like he is what you think Wolverine should be, like this just unstoppable fury.
And the best
force.
part, yeah, and he just goes hard. Like he's not
Yeah.
stopping or really hiding. Like he does do some stealth kills and stuff, but it almost seems like he's just doing that for his own enjoyment because he just loves just jumping straight into gunfire, and you're just running through and just killing the shit out of people. And yeah, and then Jean Grey shows up, which is dope. So you're gonna have it's not just gonna be in a vacuum with Wolverine. So yeah, this one looks sick. This is out on September 15th. So this is what you play when you're warming up for GTA 6.
Again, single player game, right? So I think this is like you buy this, play this for a couple months, and then GTA comes out. But like,
yeah,
I hope this game is a massive success because it genuinely looks like a video gamey game that you want to play.
Yep. This feels like an update of a game that we would have seen announced in 2012, basically. And
yes,
I'm just here for it. It's got
so
very
bloody.
Yeah, it's so sweet. So and
But
super
like
violent. Like look at that, just smashes his head into a concrete barrier.
The action in it, this one specifically, this fight, the action in this, like the sequences, he's slamming people against stuff, stabbing
the
them,
glass
and
behind
them
him
with
is
his
breaking.
claws.
Yeah,
Like,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it looks great. Oh, and then like he's doing combo moves with Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just seems like
We're gonna like this one.
Finally, like that's what it feels like.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. So I'm psyched for that. September 15th. The next one up here is Resident Evil Veronica. This is a remake of the Code Veronica for the Dreamcast that came out in 2001.
That's what I was going to ask. Is this a remake?
Yeah, a Dreamcast version of Resident Evil that many people said was the scariest Resident Evil ever made. So this will be pretty dope. Again, if you're into the trailer's not super helpful. It's kind of like it's just cinematic.
I think this was a trailer to get Resident Evil fans excited because the second he says her name, the audience freaks out.
Yep, exactly.
Right.
So this one will be cool. Out next year. They didn't give a firm date on it, but this is not a game we need to worry about it coming out because we know Resident Evil games, they come out.
They do.
Next up here, Alien Isolation 2. This was again just a cinematic teaser. We didn't get almost anything out of this. You see like an alien at the end and you're like, oh cool, you have two mouths.
It's Alien.
Yay. The last one, Alien Isolation 1, came out in 2014. This was Creative Assembly who made this with Sega. This has already been announced. We already knew this was in development. They didn't give us a date. So this is one, I think, like Patrick said, could have been an email. What did we get from this? It was just like these guys spent a couple $1 million to be featured at the Game Fest, but you didn't bring anything. You didn't bring anything.
Like old school hype where they're like, look at this cinematic trailer of like more alien stuff. I think they're trying to build up some hype around this game because there has been a bunch of alien games. But I honestly haven't played a single one of them. But if I remember correctly, Alien Isolation 1 is very well regarded. A little bit different. Aren't they supposed to be more like scary, more horror?
Yeah, it's like survival horror.
So like I think what they're doing is kind of getting some of that hype going around, the part 2 of a very well received game from, I don't know when Alien Isolation was made, but
2014.
Like say it's been a while. And so I don't know. I think this is possibly a good use of marketing budget. Just kind of get people, remind you, hey, remember Alien Isolation? We're making a new one.
They just want people to wish list it. I guess that's because they all say wish list now. So this is these are just wish list play, which actually is kind of useful. Next up here, this game is called Gen Atlas.
I'm gonna hear.
I had not heard about this before I saw the trailer. But man, did I like this trailer. And this is from Fumito Ueda, who did Shadow of the Colossus, Ico, Last Guardian. Yeah, these are stuff. These games very well-renowned, kind of artsy games. And of course there's giant robots. I titled this Rock'em Sock'em Robots, the art game. because that's you're like you're a small nameless character and looks like you wander around and
You find a disembodied robot head,
and you
and
fly it back to its body.
around to its body. You get it connected, and now you have a giant mech.
And then you fight things. No release date on this, but man, it looks incredible. All
I
I could
know, I
think
was
watching
like-
this whole trailer was like how bad I wanted to play this game. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it plays.
That's exactly what I said.
I don't
was
know
like,
anything
what is
about
this?
it.
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
I was like,
I
what
don't
is he
even know
lifting?
What
What's he
type of
lifting?
game this is?
I just want to. There's
But
like
I was like, I do like this. I do like
there's like
this.
1 second of gameplay in here where you're shooting a gun, and that's about it. Everything else seemed pretty cinematic. But yeah, he looks like you wander up and down. This he's like me, just like that Japanese fixation on like giant creatures. I get it. So I
Yeah.
guess you're using your big robot to fight other big robots. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
know
care.
either.
I don't care. I'm gonna play it. Okay, Gen
I'm
Atlas.
super interested.
I'm gonna play the shit out of it. That's
I
on,
love it.
Yeah, it's on everything. Oh, it's not on Steam though, so that one's
It's Epic
must-
Store.
who cares? Like whatever, I'll buy it on EGS. Then we get into the money stuff. Control Resonant. Oh boy, Control Resonant, you guys. We've already talked about this. We knew this was coming out. I don't think there's anything necessarily new. We just got some more, just another couple cinematic trailers. Basically, everything that was from the first game, everything that was trapped in that building in the first game is now loose in Manhattan. And quite frankly, I just think this game looks impossibly stylish and cool. Like,
Absolutely. I was like, this game looks so
it's like if Christopher
creepy.
Nolan made a video game.
yeah.
Like it's got like that kind of vibe where I'm just like,
It's creepy. The scale is gigantic, but also like very intriguing. And it's like a mix of like creepy horror, but also
Psychological
like
horror.
techie. There's like a lot of technological stuff looking. I don't know. Like this game, this trailer, they did a great job with. They did a great job with this trailer. I don't doubt that this game will be really good.
you know, it's
I
kind
don't
of weird. I think the gameplay will be amazing, just like the first one. I'll like it, whatever. But I'm more excited on anything for this game. The world of it. Like, I just want to see all the crazy shit. All these this kaleidoscope of like human madness that
When,
they
like-
put into a video game.
Because you think Manhattan, right? All of this stuff is in Manhattan, which is very highly populated, densely populated area.
Mhm.
And like you're kind of, I was thinking like, what happened to all the people? And you're kind of seeing like a lot of people just like bodies floating in the air. Why? I don't know why. But
Just
yeah, they did a
demented,
good job
warped.
of making it look real creepy and like very
Yeah.
interesting.
This one is also in the September zone, September 24th, the staying out of the GTA 6 Matrix. So yeah, Control is out September. Control Resonant looks dope as shit. Looks impossibly dope. Next is Guild Wars 3. This is the follow-up to the MMORPG Guild Wars 2, which came out in 2012. In fact, I reviewed Guild Wars 2 for for G4 TV.
That's so funny.
I actually was reading, and I saw, because I looked at the Guild Wars 2 Wikipedia page, and my review is cited there.
Hey, look at you. I'm gonna go in and delete it just so you know.
Just a light edit. This one was was only cinematic. We didn't see, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think we saw little gameplay here. It still seems like just a cinematic.
There's like, yeah, it looks like cinematic portion of the gameplay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And it's the beta comes out in fall of next year. So we're looking about a year and a half before you can play the beta of this. Guild Wars was huge. 2012. This was not a WoW killer, but it was a WoW adjacent.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people that played
sense.
WoW, and they took a couple years off and played Guild Wars 2.
Here's what I wrote. Let's see. Is this the MMO that will make me love this genre? No, it's probably not.
No.
But it does look like, and what I think is this could possibly fill a niche that is like a gap that we've had for a long time, because we have not been seeing anything
Yep.
really good or big come out in the MMO space. We've had people try
Mhm.
and they've gone out and failed, like the Amazon one. And so Guild Wars is a known entity.
Yeah.
So I actually think
And this one
is
does
gonna make
look
a ton of money.
very updated. I'm sure.
I
Yeah.
think it's gonna make a ton of money because it is gonna fill a niche for MMO players that are like, hey, something new in a property that I already know. This isn't a brand new world property type of thing.
I think what we're gonna have to start understanding, and I think game developers and publishers are gonna have to start realizing, is that game tastes are not linear, and that's what it's felt like. Is that
Mhm.
every year or generation or whatever, we have new genres that come out, and it's like, okay, so this is the new thing. First person shooters, zombie games, horde shooters. And then we get into MMOs, and now we're doing battle royales, and now it's hero shooters, flash
Extractions.
shooters, all
Yep.
these things, and no one stopped to think like, is any of this cyclical? Is it all linear or is it cyclical? And I would argue we're seeing now is that it's actually cyclical, like fashion, because what
Mhm.
you were just pointing out about the 007 First Light is, and a lot of these first person, or I'm sorry, these single
Single player.
player games that we're seeing, is that people are now getting back into that, and they're like, actually, I kind of want to do more of those games. And so we cycled back around away from online games, and I think there was a contention around the 2010s, after everyone had gotten tired of making quote unquote WoW killers and failing, that they're like, oh, MMOs are dead. And I think WoW proves with its consistent 8 million players that they're not dead. It's in hibernation. Maybe people are waiting for something else. But I think, like you said, there could be a game that comes along and proves that these genres are not dead, and that, oh, maybe we could make an MMO. And maybe the idea here is that no genres are there are definitely trends, but we can make our own trends if we make a game in a proven genre. It's not like people's tastes evolve, but they don't completely change.
Right.
And that's to say, you and I aren't playing a lot of online multiplayer games right now. If one came along that just slapped, we wouldn't be like, we would be fundamentally opposed to it because it was online multiplayer. If it's a
No,
good
we
game, we'll
would
play a
probably
good
play
game,
it.
and we would get into it just the same way we did
Yeah.
when back in the day when we played them. So yeah, Guild Wars 3, think this could be dope. Could be kind of a return to form for MMORPGs. Next up,
Here
Crazy Taxi World Tour. Dude, us Dreamcast gamers are eating well at Summer Game Fest, man.
It's our time.
They
Finally,
remembered us. these
everything is
motherfuckers.
cyclical.
Yeah, dude, we got Resident Evil we got a Veronica reboot. We got a new Crazy Taxi game. No, Crazy Taxi never really went away.
Godzilla coming back.
Yeah, dude, all the good stuff for me. And there were a couple sequels. Most of them were on mobile platforms, and they haven't really kind of captured the magic of it. The original Dreamcast versions of 1 and 2. I think this one looks like they got it. This one looks like they got it. It just looks fun. It just looks like it's a Crazy Taxi. This is lunatic. You play a taxi, and you pick people up, and you drive them and drop them off at their location. You try to do it without fucking up your car or crashing too much. You want to do it within the time limit. I think this is gonna be a fun arcadey game for people that like, and if they do it right, and it looks like it does in this trailer, everyone's gonna love it.
Yeah, I was just like, I watched it and I was like, this feels like a game announcement from 1997, right? Like, this is like the vibe of it. We got, like I said, the Offspring going, and like this guy with like a goatee and bleached spiky hair. He's like flying around, like cartoony graphics. I was like, yeah,
Yeah. I want
uh-huh.
that. I want
Yeah.
that. Everything's cyclical. We're coming back around.
Crazy Taxi games, let's be honest, they're just fun.
It's just
not
dumb
like
fun.
it's dumb fun. And
Yeah.
they know what they are, and it looks like it's gonna be that.
It's gonna be dumb fun. So yeah, this one's coming out next year sometime. It's only on the Xbox though. This is an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, we'll be able to play it on PC because we're not animals. Then we've got the Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. This is the second time they've remade the original Tomb Raider game. So I think essentially
That's what I was going to ask. Is this
the plot, the puzzles, but it is a completely new game. I'm sure they'll add stuff, they'll remove stuff. Yeah, it looks sick. It looks really, really good. Just classic Tomb Raider. You're Lara Croft, and you got 2 guns, and you're solving puzzles in shorts.
Yep.
And
I was gonna say, like, this looks like a great new game for Tomb Raider fans, right?
Yeah. And
that's what it looks like.
We've been only getting good ones. Honestly, I would say Tomb Raider games are. I know people have mixed opinions. I think they've been consistently good since the 2000s.
Like,
Honestly, God, the Xbox 360 ones were sweet. They were really shooty. You shot a lot more, and you'd get different guns and stuff. And then the survival ones they had, that trilogy where you were with like a bow and arrow and stuff, also dope. They made the movies of them. They were also dope. I just think Tomb Raider is this kind of sleeper in the game industry as an IP that it's actually really, really solid and consistently good. And they don't have a ton of misses. It's not like Sonic where 1 in 10 games is good. It's like generally every Tomb Raider game is pretty solid. This one looks like it could be also really great. I don't really necessarily agree with going back and rehashing. Let's go to the first game over and over again. The first game was dope though. I mean, there's fucking dinosaurs in Atlantis. Like, it's hard to resist that. I'm not gonna argue when you put dinosaurs in Atlantis in the same video game. So
I think this game will do pretty well. It seems like I said, like Tomb Raider fans could be like, yeah, I want this. I'll do this. I'll play this. I've actually never played a Tomb Raider game.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, if you played like a third-person shooter platformer,
yeah, it's not necessarily a genre that I love. Like everyone was like, my brothers were all like, the Uncharted games are so good, you got to play them. And if you remember, I played one. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good, but like, it's not really my genre.
Yeah, this is,
and I don't hate it.
Like
it's just
Uncharted.
Like, yes, that's not what I want to play.
Yep. So but if you are a fan of this, I think I'm a fan of these guys. I'll definitely like this one. Check it out. And then finally up here we've got
this,
I do mean finally, Valheim 1.0.
What?
Yes, they finally
9 years later.
Yeah, way too damn late. Took them 5 years to get this to all the stuff that they put in their roadmap for the first year. And they really took their time.
They were really optimistic about that roadmap.
Yeah, they really were. And so this next one, the final update, is going to include the last undeveloped area in the map, which is Northlands. And it's up, obviously, in the north. And there's snow and all sorts of new snowy, cold creatures. I imagine it'll be just as painful and as obnoxious as the last 2 biomes they released,
like harder than the last ones. Like, great,
but based on this, at least you'll be able to fucking see, so that's a big bonus.
I don't know, it did look a little foggy in one of those. I was like,
yeah,
enough with the fog. Like,
yeah, no, we get it. Haha, fog, cool. Yeah, we love humidity.
I'd love to see sometimes.
Yes, but more skeletons, some crazy monsters. This actually, when I watch this, I'm being really kind of a dick right now. This is the first one I've seen where since Mistlands that I was like, no, this looks enjoyable. This actually looks like a fun biome. And looks like you can ride a moose. Like, those are kind of cool things. But like that, I wish that I know they're not going to go back and like clean up Mistlands and Ashlands. So it's like, if they finished off the game with this an amazing one that actually kind of gets back to the root of it, that would bum me out supremely.
Well, we'll have to go through and play it. We gotta finish it, Jonathan. We have to finish it.
Would you really do like a full playthrough with me?
Probably.
Oh, dude. Well, buckle up. It's gonna take us forever. I think this is out September 9th. So this is also in the anti-GTA window. Maybe we do that. Maybe that's our fall, is playing this crazy ass game. Get the crew back together. We'll boot up another server.
I think they're still always playing.
They never stopped.
They just keep playing.
They never stopped.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for Summer Game Fest. And if you guys have any that we missed, drop them in our Steam and we'll talk about them there.
Dice of Destiny.
All right, Dice of Destiny is this game we play
Oh,
at the
Wow.
end of every episode. We roll some dice. They tell us what to do, basically. We got a 6-sided dice that tells us who's going to roll the dice of Destiny itself, a 20-sided dice that has 20 different game genres assigned to it. Then we roll another 6-sided dice to see how much we can spend on that game. We pick it, play it, review it. A couple weeks back, I rolled a mystery game for $60, so I could buy just about any mystery game in existence. And I picked a game called Chance, Chants, not Chance, but Chance of Sonar.
I thought it was
And-
a gambling game when you said chance the first time.
I
I was like,
know.
nice.
He's like, yeah, he's finally getting it.
Yeah.
No, Chance of Sonar is a I'd say it's like primarily kind of a puzzle game, puzzle mystery kind of game. It's got a journey-esque art style. It's that heavy cell shaded comic booky, and for the most, they're like some of the. You can play with a controller and move around, but if you play mouse and keyboard, if you just click anywhere, you just walk there automatically, and that's how I chose to play. It's a little bit easier, and I think that's how it's kind of designed to play. And the idea behind it is it's essentially a Tower of Babel allegory, where you show up in this world on this tower or whatever, this big old building, and you can't speak the language, you don't know what anyone's saying, and you have a journal, and you just start putting together the language via context clues, trying to figure out what people are saying. And so I loved that aspect of it. It was the main aspect of it, and I think it was instantly appealing to me. I love filling in bubbles. I love process of elimination style puzzles. So what you do is you will talk to people, you'll read inscriptions, because all the words are runes. They're represented by single runes. And so, for example, the very first one you figure out is lock and unlock, because the puzzle there's like 6 symbols and then like 6 little levers that you can pull. And you can either, if you do them all one way and it doesn't work, then you're like, okay, and you do them all the other way. And then you realize, but they're like flowing water. So you can see if you turn it on, the water will flow, and then you can associate that is on. And so at that point, you have on, off and you could write a little note next to them, what you think they mean. So I wrote on and off next to the symbol. And then when it worked, it revealed to me that it was lock and unlock. And I was like, okay, cool. So that's how I got those words. And so you slowly start to build a dictionary and start to understand. When you go talk to people, it'll say like ... word that you've identified ... word that you've guessed ... and then you start to fill those in, and then they say full sentences, and you can kind of piece that all together. So, and as an example, I figured out, took me a minute, but it was pretty quick to figure out the words for me and the words for you. And then I walked up to a beggar and gave him a coin, and he said, me blank you. And I was very certain he said, I thank you. And so now I had the word for thank, because he said the rune, it was just a blank, and he said the word. So I just, wrote thank. And then later, when I had an opportunity to guess it, it was like, yeah, that's thank.
Nice.
So that's the crux of it. That's the main thrush of the game. You walk around, you read runes, you find things, you solve. There's like physical puzzles where you're like scooching things around and moving them. There's just all sorts of movement-based puzzles, and a lot of them rely on knowledge of the words. Some rely on just like basic problem-solving skills. And then you discover there's multiple languages. And so you can associate runes. You're like, I don't know what this rune means, but I know it's the same one in this language that is in that language. So that's kind of helpful as well. And then you can start to kind of translate. So this game, it seems like, I think it was about 10 hours or 9 or 10 hours to beat. I've put in about 3. And it feels like I'm about a third of the way through it. I wish I'd played it more, if I'm being honest. I just didn't have time. And it's definitely one that you have to really engage in, because you've got to remember all these things. Even if you've got your journal that says all the words, once you start playing, you're like, oh wait, where was that? What is Was
Mhm.
this guy above that guy in their like social hierarchy? Because I remember that's like kind of what we're talking about for this puzzle. But I mean the art style is so refreshing because it's so unique, and I adore that. Um, very artsy fartsy, and I mean I I don't know how much this game costs. Let me see.
I thought it was like 20 or something, wasn't it?
I think it was about 20. It came out 2 or 3 years ago, so it is, I wouldn't say old, but it's not like a
$20. Chance
$20
of Sonar, $20.
I would yeah.
There's a demo too. Like there's a demo.
Oh, well, that's an
So-
easy no-brainer. So
So
do the
some of these,
demo.
I'm like, yeah, like if we're talking about these weird niche indie games, if there's a demo, like we gotta recommend the demo.
Yeah, so definitely play the demo. No question. I would say for me, this was a buy at any price. Yeah, no, yeah, no. I guess $20 is about the top of it.
Yeah, I was
but-
gonna say like because sometimes look, these indie games, like they're amazing. Like I'm not saying bad things about them.
Yeah,
Like this is amazing,
it might not be your flavor though.
but also like I wouldn't pay $40 for a game like this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
this is a
100%.
$20 game. This is a $15 game.
No, this is
you
a
know?
$20 game.
Yeah.
I would say if you are interested in it, but you're not sure, there's nothing wrong waiting for a sale. This does go on sale. I think I got it on sale, so I like it, dude. I really like this game. I'm gonna definitely finish it. It is. Patrick said a game about context clues. I'm gonna suck.
No, this is
Yeah, so if that's not your jam, but it is, like, that's the thing, is like it is context, and if you can kind of guess what people are saying, it really helps. Like, I think this is what he's saying. I think he's saying that I helped him, or there's this little kid, and you click on him, and he runs away, and if you follow him and find him, he's like squatting behind a thing. He says, "You blank me," and you're like, "Oh, that's the word for find."
Mhm.
So I don't know. I think it's clever. I think the way that they design this, it's like how I never understand how people make a Sudoku puzzle. Like, how do you make one? Like, I know how to solve them. How do you make them? And that's how this game makes me feel. It's like, how did you do this? It's so clever. Like,
I love that.
and it makes you feel smart. Like, all the best puzzle games make you feel smart.
I
when you
love
solve
that
the
so
thing.
much. Like genuinely.
Like, I'm a fucking genius. I'm the smartest man on earth. No one else could have solved this. It's like, I know it's not true, but instinctively that's what my brain says.
That's
and
how
is
it feels.
hilarious. Because it feels that way. Like, I can't
Mhm.
believe like anyone could solve this but me, because it's so clever. So yeah, Chance of Sonar, check it out. It's on Steam and a bunch of other platforms. Switch, it's on PlayStation 4. It's on phones. You can play this on your phone. So
Really?
yeah. So Android, iOS. So yeah, check it out. It's really basic. So it's
Okay.
dope. Chance of Sonar. That means we got to
Time for the
re-roll.
re-roll.
And do we do
All right. I will take 4 numbers. You take 2.
which 4
Which
do you
2
want?
do you which easier to say, which 2 do you want?
I want 1 and 2.
1 and
I
2.
feel like a real loser if I hit them.
Here we go. 1, baby.
5. Time for you to play a
I know. I
freaking
was
game
like,
for once.
we've been trying to like load these dice too, and like I'll play
Doesn't
one,
matter.
and then we like go back. It's like it wants you every time.
It wants me to play these. And you know what? For Chance of Sonar, I was glad. I liked this
Okay,
game. This
you
was
ready?
a great one. Yeah.
20-sider.
Bone dice.
3.
Okay, 3 is Western.
Son of a
Count it.
dude. Let's
No one
count it.
knows.
No one knows. Okay. Oh, I don't know what we're gonna play.
Oh,
We're-
gee. So the one time you roll a game, we're already playing a game in that genre. What the fuck? What the fuck? Roll your price, not that it,
It doesn't
matters.
matter the price dice. Here we go. 6.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Dude, the freaking dice loves me.
I know that's really what's happening. Is
Uh-huh.
the dice like you so much that you're
Mhm,
just
they
getting
do.
gimmies.
Because I like to gamble.
Stupid.
You should like to gamble more. Have you thought about
The
that?
dice know.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it feels.
You're
I
telling me
feel
the
good
dice
in
are
his
giving you
hands.
like house credit basically
Yeah. Uh huh.
because you're such a high roller.
Yeah, like I hold these dice
Fantastic.
in my hand, and the dice are like, yeah, that's.
It's like,
I
"Oh,
feel
it
like
feels good in
I feel like
here."
he likes this. He likes to hold
Mm.
me, whereas you do.
Mm.
It feels like you throw it like you're disgusted by like, ugh,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like you got to make the dice feel
I
good.
just gotta fondle the dice more is what you're telling me. I'm not fondling it enough.
That's how I say. Well, that's how I talk when I play games with people. I'm saying it's your turn to fondle the dice. I
Yeah,
don't say
cup the
roll.
dice. Cup
You want to
them,
shake. You want to shake
fondle
those
'em.
dice a little bit, and then just fondle them right
Shake them
on the table.
gently. Shake
Just
them
blow that
gently.
right onto the table. You know, that's how you roll.
We gotta stop.
Oh, we
We
can
gotta
keep going.
stop, or they're gonna have to put a parental advisory sticker on this episode.
I just do every time, no matter what. I just assume parental advisory.
All right. Well, thanks for sticking around with us. Thanks to the folks that hopped on, Patrick, Abby. Wasn't there one more of us? I guess it's just Patrick and Abby. Guys, we're on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and it'll tell you when we're going live, so you can come hang out with us. And for example, like this, you could have watched all the trailers that we were talking about. So, and if you want to go see them, just jump on our YouTube and watch the VOD later. So there you go. To play us out, we've got Abby. You asked for the song. Here it is.
We had to do the 8-bit version so we didn't get pulled off of YouTube for copyright.
Copyright strike. All right. I'm JD logging off.
And this Peterson going AFK. I don't know the words to this song.
No one does.
I know. Actually, I was
No.
watching the music video and I was like, that's what he says? Because the word's wrong there.
I know the words. What are you talking about? Clearly, I know.